Wasn't there yet.
Well, my father, after my mother passed away, I lived with my father, and every time I cooked something or did something, it was never quite the same as my mother did. But we came to a happy medium. Actually, I learned a lot from him
Sure.
because he would tell me how my mother made it, and so it actually helped me become a better cook
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
kept peace in the house.
Yes, yeah. You have to keep them happy if you're cooking.
Okay, so that's still cooking. I'm just going to straighten up a little here, clean up. My water's boiling. I'm going to add my pasta.
Okay.
I'm making the bow tie pasta. That's the same as the recipe. You can use any pasta with this. I like the bow ties because it holds the meat sauce. And any type of, like a short pasta that has lines or ridges in it, it helps the sauce stick to the macaroni.
Right, right, right. So while we're waiting for the pasta to cook, let me ask you a few questions about the book.
Okay, I'm just going to lower this a little bit because I don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoop.
So, have you written any other books?
Yes, I have. My first book is called The Enchanted Florist.
Enchanted
The Enchanted
Florist.
Florist. And that's based on three true stories in one. Like I combined three situations, and that's also a children's book, and that also has a lot of my family in it. My grandfather's in it, and it's a story about a little girl and a grandfather that need to come to grips with some things in their life. And it's a fun story. It's a funny story. And there's flowers in it that come to life. So,
That was my family's business florist.
oh, really?
So I have to get that book.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun with that one as well.
And how did you publish?
I self-published through Legwork Team Publishing. A friend of mine who, she knew that I liked to write. She was she was networking for her business, and she ran into one of the women from Legwork Team Publishing, and she got a card for me, and that's how.
So what did you think the advantages of self-publishing were?
Well, one of the advantages was to get it done quickly. I mean, because with this book, I actually did try to go the traditional route, and I was getting no responses. So I really needed to do at that time in my life, I needed to do something for me, and that I decided that I would self-publish because I wanted to get it done.
Well, I can relate to that. Now, I noticed that you have really beautiful illustrations. Did Legworks give you the illustrator?
Yes, they suggest, and I'm very happy. His name is Christopher Donovan, and he illustrated The Enchanted Florist as well. And he was wonderful to work with.
He did some really nice illustrations of your children.
Yes,
They're your children.
that's my son Anthony.
Why can't I get this straight? There we go.
That's
So
my
the
son,
illustrations are really, I think that's what that makes a children's book is the illustrations.
And he really he got what I was trying to say with the illustrations. I wanted that like an old time feel, which I like a nostalgic look to it, and I think he captured
Definitely.
that.
Definitely, especially the pictures of your aunts cooking and your mother cooking.
Right,
And
right.
how did he do that?
Well, I sent him pictures,
Excellent.
some family photos, and then he ran with it. I'm really very happy with what he did,
Very
especially the cover of the book.
Yeah,
I love the cover.
Was great. as you can see.
He dotted the I with a meatball.
There we go. Marketing. How do you market the book?
Okay, marketing is not my friend.
Well,
I don't
it's
know.
nobody's friend.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with marketing, but I'm really putting myself out there and trying to work hard at it. There's a lot I don't know about marketing.
Oh, you could spend your life.
But a lot of friends and family have given me really great feedback as to what I should do and what avenues to go.
Well, you're going to be on YouTube now.
Yes, yes, that'll
And
be
Cablevision and wherever else you want.
right.
You can put your show on your website.
Yes, definitely. So I'm going to give this a little taste right now. I have my little tasting
Okay.
spoon. And I just want to say, especially with children, when you're tasting something, taste it and put the spoon in the sink. No double dipping.
And also, right?
Okay, a little bit more. It still still needs to cook a little more. You could taste the rawness of the tomato. It still has that a little bit of a raw taste.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, do you have any advice to people who are setting out to do a children's book?
Yeah, just don't be afraid. And any thought that you might have, write it down, because it might not make sense to you at that time, or you might write two thoughts down that don't go together, but then when you take a look at it again, it's like, oh, okay, and then you could build on that. You could build on a simple thought, like I did with, how cool would this be if this whole park was made out of pasta?
And especially since you write in verse, I imagine that if you come up with a good rhyme,
Right.
write it down right away.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause-
And you don't even have to use it, but just write it down, because I know with me, if I don't write it down, it's gone. So
Me too.
it's gone forever.
Me too, me too. So what's next, Jackie?
Well, next, I do have a couple of other books that I've written, and I keep flip-flopping as to which one I'm going to do next. I do have a sequel to this, which is called Spaghetti Park Picnics. And I also have another story. It's a children's story about a little girl. Her and her mother are away from each other for a while. And
I don't want to interrupt you, but
Okay.
we're running out of time, and can you take your
Yes.
dish out of the oven?
I would love to.
Because you've pre-prepared what this
Ooh.
dish is going to look like, and we can take it out of the oven
oh, and it's
and
burned.
put it over here.
Okay, just want to.
But
It's a little.
it's a little crispy.
It's a
which
little
is
crispy. It's a little
exactly
more
the way
well
I
done than
like
it should be.
Exactly the way I like it.
See what happens?
No, that's
But
beautiful. So you could just pour a
You
little
could just
sauce on top.
put a little more extra sauce on top, and take from the bottom.
I can't tell you. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. It really smells so good. Well, Jackie, it was a pleasure to have you.
Yes.
And I
Thank you
can't
for
wait
having
to
me.
get The Enchanted Florist, and I hope you do a dessert book.
Actually,
Don't throw it out.
no, it's burnt. It's burnt.
Good. That's how I like it.
The next book that I have does have a lot of desserts in it.
Excellent. There's nothing like desserts.
And then you could garnish it with some fresh basil.